Hello everyone, welcome to my first official gameplay and development walkthrough of my Starship Simulator. This is my first official update 0.0.1. So first I'm gonna say what I've done, and then the second thing I'll be showing is the gameplay itself. Then the last thing will be the future and the updates for the next update and all the next video and the stuff I'm gonna add for the future basically. So first of all, the stuff I have completed is basically this map. Originally I made the entire world, but it was too laggy because I imported the data from Google Earth, so everything was accurate and the location, everything was accurate. I imported the whole world, but it was too laggy for the gameplay itself. So I just simplified and copied the Boca Chica map of the location of where SpaceX actually tests their Starship. As we can zoom in closer, I have added some industrial assets and kind of like some assets to give it the vibe that it is in real life. I've actually been to this location in real life in person, so I kind of know how it looks like and how it feels like. However, this is just a simple like replication. It's not really that anything much. Some road and stuff like that. So basically this is like the main launch point, where the launch pad of the rocket itself. But I'll be showing my rocket that I created on Blender and also the system. So it's in here and it's in here, and this is my all my code and stuff and blueprint. But this is my rocket. Let me just give like a context to this. It took me so long, like couple of months, and majority of my project itself was actually trying to get the system to work. So please, if you know that I've been starting this since the beginning of this year, it's been a very long time. Yes, because it took me so long to just get the system and the overall thing right for the rocket itself. But eventually I finally got it. We have here like the smoke and the the thruster that comes out, and we have this where I imported the engine and the rocket Starship model itself, where I 3D modeled itself myself on Blender. It's not like 100% realistic model, but it works anyways. So now that's like all the progress and everything I've made. Also, there's also a UI that when you start the game in, you will go into the start blueprint, widget, like this. It looks like this. It's very simple. The picture, I rendered it myself with this planet. I also created that planet myself on Blender, and the Starship itself I rendered, and all these buttons and everything is created using Figma. So it's really simple. I just want to make it simple and minimal. So that's gonna be my start UI, but there's gonna be one problem which you see at the start of this gameplay. So when I first click start, you basically see this UI, and it's really basic, just play setting, about, exit, right? So I haven't really customized, edit those other buttons yet except for play. However, the problem you're seeing is that there's also the border outside here where you can see through it, but that will be fixed. It's easy. It's just I just make it bigger. I just make the UI itself bigger so it covers. But this is the problem, where I click play and the rocket already start. I will go into that detail later, but I'll just show my rocket first. This is my rocket. It has very simple controls. So first of all, you can scroll in and scroll out to zoom in and zoom out of the camera of the rocket. Then you can press W to kind of change to do your movement. You can do W and S to do like tilt down, and W to tilt up. You can do A to tilt left, D to tilt right. You can also use the arrows, the left and right arrows, but you cannot use the up and down arrow, because the up and down arrow is actually for speed. If you see here, I press up arrow, it will make the rocket go faster. The same thing and the opposite for the down arrow, it will make the rocket itself go slower. So this is really basic. It's just a basic like controls, right? You can also press control to go faster or shift to go slower. This is a very like basic rocket control, but it works and people can easily do it. But you're gonna be probably wondering what's the mission of the game. Basically, I want to try to let players basically try to simulate them being like the pilot or the controller of the SpaceX Starship. I have different models created already. I'm gonna start off with the Starhopper, which is the basic model, the first model that SpaceX used to develop the prototype of the Starship. Then you go bigger and bigger. But also the part of this game that you'll be able to do is the customization, which I'll be going into that later. But anyways, that's the main game itself that is completed. It may be short, but it took me a lot of time, and also because of my schoolwork, being in APUSH, one of the hardest AP class, has took me a lot of time out of this project. I wish I could put more effort into this, but anyways, this is my project itself. And of course, my first bug that I would have to be able to fix is that before you start, the rocket must not launch yet. So you see here where I click play itself, the rocket's already going up, but I want to make it so that when I click play, the rocket is still standing, the engine is still turned off, but when you press a button, I was thinking about E, the engine go up and the rocket goes up. So that's it. I think for my gameplay, and that's the one of the bug that I found. If you think there's another bug or something I should add, please comment or let me know later. And other thing, I guess the future development I'm adding in the future or like in the upcoming days is the customization and the levels, right? So basically, when the players start, right, and click play on this button, then they'll be able to go into the levels. And the level is basically, I've only got in 3 ideas for the level, and then this time to the end of this semester, I'll probably be only able to do 3 levels. However, in the future, I might add more levels. Some of the level I've decided first is the Starhopper, which I've already explained, the first prototype for the SpaceX Starship. Then the second one would be the Starship itself, but for you to reach 10,000 feet. And you might think, oh, you're just going up. But no, I'll be explaining how there will be difficulty and challenge after that. In level 3, you have to be able to reach 20,000 feet and also land back safely onto the ground. So that is my 3 basic levels that I've decided. Then after that, when you click into the level, for example, level 1, I don't think I'll be having customization because the player will be able to learn. It's more of like a tutorial. If I have time, I'll be adding text like UI on the side of the screen, teaching them the controls and stuff like that. And the level 2, that's like gonna be the first official challenge, right? So they're gonna be like, the player will be able to choose in different customization for the rocket. The only customization I've decided for now is the engines. So the player will be deciding, like, you'll be able to decide how many engines they can have, like 1 engine, 3 engines, or 7 engines. But there's gonna be different effect, right? So first engine, there won't be that much thrust. However, it's also not gonna take that much fuel. 3 engines, more thrust, but also more fuel usage. And 7 engines, a lot of thrust, but also a lot of fuel consumption. The player gonna have to decide which one they want. But also with that, when they launch and play into the rocket itself, you can't just go straight. That's not how aerodynamics and stuff like that work. Because if you keep going straight, first, you're gonna be using a lot more thrust and fuel. But also, for example, when you want to go into orbit, you will have to go in a slight tilt like that in order to get a better angle and stuff. But there's also going to be other challenges, other customization I might add on later in the game. But that is it for my development and my update. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. If you have any suggestions, feel free to tell me. I have around 4 or 5 weeks left, and exactly like 3 weeks to the end of this semester, so there's not gonna be that much time. This is all I've planned for this game right now, but maybe in the summer or maybe in next semester, if I have time and I feel like doing it, I will add more stuff into this game. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a great day or great night. Thank you.